Major changes could be coming for the Houston Texans, with reports saying that this running back might be out of Houston. The future is unsure, but one thing's for certain, the Texans could look to the draft for a running back, and that would be a huge thing. A 1-2 punch has been something the offense has been trying to develop for a while. It didn't really work out last season, and now this backup running back, who I personally love, could be out of Houston in a little bit. We'll find out if the rumors are actually true. But first thing, if you aren't subbed to the channel, 88% of you watching right now are not subscribed. We're about to hit a huge milestone on the channel, 1,000 subs. Been trying to hit it for a while, but the support on the past few months' videos, this channel has absolutely boomed. And just thank you to everyone watching. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting the channel. And can't say it enough, but thank you guys. And get in the comments if you would. What running back are you drafting in the NFL draft? Because the Texans need one. And the player I'm talking about is Dameon Pierce. I really do say it. I love the guy. I have his mini helmet. I got it signed. I don't know why. It's a good question. It was actually a gift. But the point is Pierce is a very likable player, especially after his rookie year, where all he did was bounce off tackles, 939 yards in 13 games as a rookie. But he faced a lot of injuries. There were some setbacks, the ankle problems, and then the year after, he didn't get over 3 yards a carry. It was a very bad season, and then they ended up replacing him with Joe Mixon. So now the future of him could be uncertain. They do have Dare Obungawale. If I said that right, I might have botched it. I'm not too sure. I think it's Dare Ogunbungwale. I'm pretty sure that, I don't know. We'll think of it. Somebody let me know in the comments. I'm pretty sure I said it right. I don't know. But anyway, there's a lot of running backs you could go for in the draft. I don't think they go in the first round. Genty, Hampton, maybe Henderson, maybe Judkins. I feel like what makes the most logical sense right now is for the Texans to go running back in the third round or later, because you can get a R.J. Harvey, who's really good. He's really good on the UCF Knights. You have Jordan. You have a lot of running backs. I mean, there's so many here I can't even really see the screen for how long the list is. But you could get Dylan Sampson in the third round. I mean, there is so many guys, even Khalil Mullings from Michigan. So, again, I really don't even mind. The Texans took Pierce in like the 5th, 6th round when they got him. So, again, there's going to be a lot of running backs. There's going to be a lot of ones that drop, and it's just a matter of what does the future say for the running back room of the Houston Texans. And honestly, the Texans need a lot more than running back. I just thought it was interesting that Pierce is potentially going to be moved on from, which, again, I don't see the point in that. But again, do we think that Pierce is the backup? Is he the long-term option? Most likely not. And that's the thing. Do the Texans take a higher draft pick on a guy like Quinshon Judkins or Travion Henderson, or maybe it's a Martin Hampton? Who knows? There's so many different things the Texans could do. I personally want them to address the offensive line and wide receiver first. That would be the biggest thing. Nico Collins, there's not really a number 2. Justin Watson might start there, and then it's Christian Kirk in the slot because Tank Dell is hurt. But there's just so many things that the Texans need right now, and with the draft season in full effect, I really don't know what's going to happen. There hasn't been too many rumors, especially like a week and a half before the draft. There were some rumors that the Texans were going to trade up for tackle from Texas in terms of how that was going to go with Banks, but I don't think you trade up in that scenario in terms of giving up a lot. If you really love Banks, you think he's the guy for the future, go out and get him, but I'm really a little disappointed that Dameon Pierce is most likely going to be done with the Texans. Most likely, he will probably be a third stringer or a backup, because Obungawale actually did a pretty good job in the third down space as a receiver. Pierce is not a bad receiver, but they might just keep him on the team as a return weapon. I don't know how true this article is. It might just sound like bogus. They said that they would consider trading him, which doesn't make any sense to me, because why are you trading a backup running back for a 7th round pick when he's probably more valuable as a player on your team than a 6th or 7th round pick? Yes, he's a backup running back. Yeah, he might not have panned out in the NFL. He had a great rookie season, but overall, there's no point of getting rid of him, right? There's no point of trading him. You get, a 5th, 6th, 7th. I doubt you get a 5th round pick. Pierce is not that great. There might be some teams that desperately need a running back. The craziest thing was that I saw in the comments trading back with the Saints in the 2nd round and getting Chris Olave. I highly doubt that if the Texans trade back 15, 20 spots, they're going to get Chris Olave, unless the Saints are just that let's get rid of him. But in a picks kind of trading back, unless the Saints are trading up for a receiver or they get a second rounder next year in return, I really don't see that happening. But that was a good idea in the comments. I thought it was a good idea. You go get Chris Olave and then you draft Donovan Jackson. I don't mind that. But really what it comes down to is, what do the Texans do? Not only at running back, but just with the rest of the draft. Do you trade back, get some more picks? Do you trade up for your future wide receiver of the future in DeMeco Ibuka, because Christian Kirk isn't going to last you more than a year, 2, 3 down the line? He's not your franchise guy. So I would love for the Texans to trade up and get Ibuka, just because you've seen it work out before with Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. That was a great duo. Maybe Jalen Waddle and Tua, that's been a great connection. Even Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts has been a good connection. But anybody can be a good connection. You could see that with Stroud and Collins. It's just a matter of the Ohio State connection, which Emeka Ibuka can definitely bring that presence. And some people consider him to be just a slot wide receiver, and I wanted to talk about Ibuka potentially being the perfect fit in today's video. Might mention it tomorrow. Don't want to post too much draft stuff, but let me know if you want to see it in the comments in terms of Ibuka and just breaking down that. I know we talked about him multiple times in these videos, but today we're talking about running backs, and honestly, it just goes from one thing to the next. I'm sorry I'm not really staying so running back focused, because it's like you're going from one position to the next, and it's like, yes, you need running back, but you also need wide receiver. And I'd rather get Ibuka in the first round rather than figure out my running back in the third round. So looking at the running backs, I really wouldn't want to go past Tootin to kind of like go get a running back, but I still feel like you're going to have a DJ Giddens in the third round. You're going to have pick your poison, basically, whether it's, I think RJ Harvey's a perfect fit for the NFL just because he's basically a bruiser at UCF. So Trevor Etienne, not the highest on, but there's still a lot of running backs. I wouldn't even be surprised if the Texans said, hey, why not 5th round? Let's pull the trigger on someone. Cam Scatterbo in the 3rd round even. I like that. But there's still so many different things the Texans can do. There's rumors Dameon Pierce is out. I highly just doubt it. They're going to trade him. It just doesn't make sense that they just trade Pierce and all of a sudden they draft a running back. They were going to draft a running back regardless. So I'm going to call this article out again, because I mean we've kind of seen so many crazy articles at this point where it's like we don't even think they matter. It's like they're just trying to get a rise out of Texans fans, especially me, because I am the person who overreacts considering I'm making the content for it. But it's been a wild ride for the Texans this offseason, getting rid of Tunsil, getting rid of not re-signing Diggs, bringing in Kirk, bringing in a few veterans on the offensive line. The main 3 positions in the draft are offensive line, wide receiver, running back. And then after that, you can follow that up with a tight end, with a defensive tackle, and honestly, maybe another tackle or a wide receiver just to round out your NFL draft. Maybe you trade back from 25 and get a few extra picks because you only have 7 of them, and 4 of them are in the top 3 rounds, which is pretty good. But overall, let me know your thoughts. Probably not the best video in terms of Dameon Pierce. I'm sure nobody really cares about him, but not really personal connection, but after that first year in Houston, I thought he was going to be a monster, and second year just couldn't play up to standard, had a bad year. The O-line has been crazy, not the best in terms of just, you saw how they were last year, so Pierce, likely to be done. I mean, that's the rumor. I think he's going to be fine. He's going to probably be the return guy. He's probably not going to be second string because they're going to draft the running back. But enough blabbering for me. Thank you for watching. It's been a blast. Texans Digest, Mike Zanetti. Let me know your thoughts on a potential running back in the NFL draft, and we'll see you in the next video.